Hi, welcome to this short overview of synchronous and asynchronous learning in Austin ISD. As we consider these two types of learnings for our learning environment with our teachers and our students, let's begin with some definitions. Synchronous is any learning or instruction from small group to whole group that occurs at the same time with others. In a remote environment, this does require scheduling. Asynchronous learning refers to instruction that is self-paced and does not require in-person sessions. In a remote environment, it allows for flexibility needed in various learning environments. So let's dig into what this content looks like specifically, but before we do that, we want to know that synchronous and asynchronous learning are both anchored in three big ideas: connecting with others, engaging with content, and experiencing authentic feedback. Let's begin first by talking about some activities that lend themselves very well to synchronous learning opportunities. These could include welcoming rituals and greetings, student goal setting or discussing next steps, whole group discussions, class meetings, including morning meetings, teacher-led small group conferences or individual teacher and student conferences. This could also include teacher-family check-ins, perhaps using some breakout rooms to dive deeper and with extension opportunities. Having active listening processes or protocols to engage in some learning and connecting, student-led presentations, performance-based assessments, and peer conferences and partner feedback. Remembering that the key to all of those learning opportunities in a synchronous learning environment is that they're occurring at the same time, and it's important that they're done with others. Asynchronous learning opportunities, while they're still important to be connecting with others, allow for more flexibility. So when you're thinking about your schedule and what it's set up, you'd want to think about what lends itself to synchronous learning and to asynchronous learning. Let's talk about some components of asynchronous learning and examples. All of our asynchronous learning opportunities for students in Austin ISD are accessible in our district learning management system, Blend or Canvas. These assignments or opportunities are pre-assigned with clear directions. It's important, since a student is not there with a teacher, that all of the directions are very clear and accessible for all the learners in the classroom. That includes navigation tips, the purpose of the learning opportunity, and the next steps. This might also include video responses, where students are responding in a variety of ways. It could also include blend discussions, where students are able to interact with one another and share ideas and learning with one another. It could also include pre-recorded instruction, including teacher screencast, play pause it videos that have added interaction within them. It also is grounded in authentic student choice. This could include opportunities like choice boards or playlists or customized pathways. It also is important to think about how are we including offline activities, such as independent reading if students have access to reading materials that are hard copy. Independent reading activities could also be done in an online setting or virtually. Other offline activities might include how students are using manipulatives or objects to enhance their learning or engaging in placed experiences. Within that authentic choice and leading into experiencing authentic feedback, we want to think about assignments or learning opportunities with automatic feedback. That means that students are not waiting on a teacher to provide them with feedback. So that might include things like quizzes with immediate feedback built in, or it might include play pause it, where there are interactions and automatic feedback that is generated. This also includes self-assessments and reflections for students that allow them to bring in metacognition into the learning process. It could also include blend peer review, where students are giving one another feedback on the learning experiences. And this also might include some online learning programs or adaptive software programs. This includes an AISD, IXL, Dreambox, or Imagine Learning. Some of those are specific to different grade levels, so you'd want to check with your administration about which resources might be available for you. So as you are planning your learning environment for your students, consider where synchronous learning opportunities and asynchronous learning opportunities fit best for your students, your learning environment, and the goals that you are working through. As you plan for those goals and think about what is going to work best for you and your students, also, it's important to consider how can you involve students and their voice and feedback in building your community of learners and what that synchronous learning looks like and what the asynchronous learning environment looks like. So think about what structures you might be able to put in place to hear directly from your learners what it is that they need, what's working for them, and what ideas they might have to make the learning be even more beneficial and powerful for them.